Check 1 2. Blogcast February 2026. Can you believe it? I don't even know how long it's been since my last one. I can't believe I started this website a year ago. And I had all of these plans and these ideas, and life just went. And yeah, look, 2025 for me was a big year of upheaval, a big year of disruption, a big year of telling the truth and getting my life aligned. They said it was year of the snake, and we were shed all of the things that no longer served us. And apparently in 2 weeks it'll be year of the horse, and that's when what was left will live. So on that note, we may as well get stuck back into it. I've actually got heaps going on, which is nice. Heaps of good things now. Yeah, well, just a quick run through. My life changed. Me and my girlfriend broke up, and I moved out, and now I'm in this. Well, it's lovely. It truly is. Like, I'm so lucky to have gotten it. You know what the rental market is like at the moment, and it was on the cheaper end. It's in my favorite suburb of all time. Like, I'm so fucking blessed. I'm so lucky to have gotten it. And it's essentially it's my little recording studio, which has a kitchen, a bedroom, and a bathroom. Like, how good's that? All my stuff fit in. You wouldn't fucking believe it. But all of my stuff just fit. Everything worked. All my gear's laid out. I'm better set up than I was previously. So, I'm the most fortunate guy. I truly am. So, I've just had to make it work. Obviously, I have to work more now that I'm living solo. So I've kind of gone back to basically full time. It's nice working at Modern Musician. I've been there a long time, and I'm afforded a lot of license in terms of my roster. I can work as much or as little. Like, within reason, I can work as much and as little as I like, and I've chosen to work a lot because I need to build my future. So I'm making it all work. I've got just plenty of time to practice guitar, to make the craft, to work and earn a living. Like, I earn enough to save money each week, so really can't complain about any of that. And yeah, now I can just sort of focus on building the temple, building this website up to become the monster it's just destined to be. Musically, I got a fair bit going on. I've done a cover of a Black Sabbath tune for a Rue Morgue Records compilation. I did a cover of Spiral Architect. I'm really happy with how it came out. There was a bit of drama with, the email started going out a few weeks before John at Rue Morgue, and bless John. Nothing against John. It looks very difficult to run a label. But yeah, emails went out that like, I don't think everyone's going to make the cut. And then a track listing came out and I'd made the cut. And then like a week later, another email had gone out. And it turns out my cover of Spiral Architect couldn't fit on the vinyl, which I won't lie, I was fucking annoyed. Because I went into it to be on a vinyl. That was the deal. When I agreed to pay to be on it, to cover the costs of the productions, I was paying and agreeing to be on a vinyl, and now I'm not. And yeah, that fucking annoyed me. But you can't, I'm always battling to see the positive side, and like, how can I turn this into a win? Because as an artist, you don't want to be the artist that's getting the dick publicly. And I thought about doing, I'll admit to Travelers in the Temple, I did think about doing the naughty boy thing and just releasing it on my own. Because, in my heart, deep down in my heart, I'm still a very, very naughty boy. And it's been a long time since I've done something a bit naughty, and I did get the itch just to release it. But I'll release it in the temple privately, and like John won't mind. But so it's going on. It's the bonus track on a CD, which is fine. But it's never nice to get the dick in life, is it? You want to give the dick. You don't want to get the dick, unless whatever you're into. I'm speaking of metaphorical cocks, obviously. So apparently that's coming out in April. Maybe I won't wait that long. Maybe I will still put it out. I could come out here and tell you guys, like, oh, I'm not going to put it out. And then maybe next week I'll change my fucking mind. Because I'm a house cat and that's what I do. I just change my mind. So yeah, bless all the blessings to Rimorg Records. It's a good cause. And you should still totally buy the record because it's all about fighting Parkinson's disease. And that's a good cause. Be nice if Parkinson's fucked off. And yeah, rest in peace, Aussie. God bless. What's next? Oh, yep, Deity Live. I've decided I've got to play live again. Just got the juice in me again, and I've been practicing singing for so many years now. It's time for me to come out of the hermit cave and perform again, and I can't wait. I did an acoustic performance of just covers, just my favorite cover songs, but doing that, I noticed how much my voice improved. It's kind of like if you took any sport, say tennis, soccer, ice hockey, footy, whatever. You can train and you can train and you can train, but you learn like 10 times as much in one game as you would in 10 trainings. You know what I'm saying? So to play and perform live, it's what I have to do to evolve as an artist and become better, is to be able to pull it off in that moment where it's hit or miss. Be able to do it while being observed. That's why I've been filming myself doing things lately. And it's kind of changed up my idea of like streaming the studio stuff. Like I don't think I'm going to be doing much of that anymore. I think I'm going to go back into like streaming video games, but the studio stuff, I'm kind of enjoying just like recording as opposed to streaming and then just putting out the best bits. I think that's better for my fucking YouTube algorithm as well. I started streaming in the studio for the first time in like 3 years and my subscribers started going down. I was like, fucking hang on. Hang on a minute. I can't have them go down. And yeah, I don't know. There's something about streaming the studio stuff that I like, but also sometimes I just like to work in private. But yeah, performing with the thing recording and then putting up if I do something good, it feels a little bit more authentic than just streaming and being non-verbal. But anyway, yeah, Deity Live. I got a pretty clear vision for the show. I want it to be good. I want it to not feel like another local band. Like I want it to be a production. I want there to be lights and backing tracks and like, coherence. And for it, yeah, just to be, and that's just like what I know how, that's just what I do. That's just what I know how to do. Even like what set Tabara apart from a lot of bands is that we knew, or at least we were aware of like how to put a set together in terms of like the song list. Like, and we didn't push into like production or anything like that, and I wanted to do that towards the end, but that cost a lot more effort and money, and it's one of the things the boys weren't will. It's one of the things where I bumped against the boys on, is wanting to take that extra step. So I want to do that in like the most optimal way with Deity, is to have like a sound guy, so we sound great. Like think of that. Think of not being at the mercy of whatever sound guy who doesn't give a fuck on the night. Like, yeah, have a sound guy, have a lighting guy, have the lights make sense. And for it to be like an incredibly well-produced live show. That's what I have in mind. It's like, oh, this was an excellent live Hobart band. That's the goal. One show, blow people's minds, film it, and then milk it for a little while, and then just kind of see what happens. Like, I don't want to try and wrangle a bunch of people in and like make it some massive commitment of like, we're in a band now, so you like, every time I throw up the bat signal, you have to turn up or whatever. Just one show. And I was pretty concerned actually putting a band together again, because I was so lucky with Tabara, because Tom and I met in high school, Walshy and I met in like at university, and we met him just doing gigs. So like, in terms of putting a band together and finding members, like I don't know how to do that. But as it turns out, a lot of people want to be in a band with me. So like word got out that I'm putting a band back together, and they just came to me again. What a blessing. I'm a lucky guy where I'm kind of spoilt for choice, and I'm gonna have to tell some people they're not in the band. Like I'm gonna have to like break some hearts maybe, which kind of sucks. But I'm learning somewhat that the universe doesn't really keep any sort of ledger on who's nice. So, like it's not Santa. You can be nice and play by a bunch of rules, but there's also a lot of people out there just being absolutely ruthless, getting things done. And the older I get, the more okay I am with telling people no. And giving people hard news. So like that's in my future, but it'll all serve Fierce Deity. That's the idea. I'll do what's best for Fierce Deity. It means that me not being in the band is best for Fierce Deity. If Bruce Dickinson wants to sing for Fierce Deity, then he can. You know what I mean? Not that Bruce is in my DMs asking to be in it, but if he was, obviously I would consider not singing. So yeah, Deity Live. I'm building that. Building the sessions for that, so I can give the people, the potential members, material to practice to, so we don't have to get together. I'm trying to figure out how to make it as easy as possible for people. I might do it with backing tracks, but in my heart of hearts, there's a very dear friend of mine named Brett who is going to play keyboards and do backing vocals. And in my heart of hearts, he's going to do it. Like his life's his time is so precious because he's a fucking busy man and he's got a family and he lives far away. But in my heart of hearts, he's doing it. So I'm just sort of operating as if he is, making these backing tracks just in case he can't. But yeah, shout out Brett. You're doing it. I don't know if you know this yet, Brett, but you're doing it. And it's going to be sick. The bassist is pretty much locked in. I'm getting Hutto from Harlot, dear friend of mine, who basically he moved to Hobart just to be with me, and he'll tell you that's true. And that's very flattering. And he was always on my list of like, if I was going to do Deity Live, it'd be hard to have Hutto in it. But he lived in Melbourne, and then one day he tells me he's found work down here and he's buying a house, and I was like, all right, universe, I'm listening. You're bringing the people to me. I got to do this Deity Live thing. So yeah, it's going to be wicked. I don't know how far away it is. I'm just doing the taking little steps each day, building it. No deadlines, just when we'll know. There'll be a point when we're rehearsing and all the pieces are in place and we'll go, it's fucking time, book the gig. So, yeah, whenever that is. But as far as like studio stuff going, I got two things I'm working on. One, I'm calling it the Schlager Sagas, and it is the hard rock album I've always wanted to make. I just haven't heard anyone play hard rock guitars as good as Malcolm Young did. And like I studied the fuck out of Malcolm Young when I was playing guitar growing up, and I just can't believe no one's made an AC/DC with like fun synth. Like the Abbas, or you could say like the Phil Collins and like Lionel Richie, like synth, you know what I'm saying? Like party synth, like ABBA, and like real hooky melodic synth. I can't believe no one's made a hard rock synth album. But with the Australian kind of way. Like Australia used to have this real strong musical identity before it got Americanized, and I heard that fucking, what's that goonbag's name? Andrew G, but his name's like Osher. Anyway, there's a podcast with him, and God bless him, he's been on a journey. God bless his journey too, but he's saying about how Australian Idol was a cultural moment for Australia, and I thought to myself, that is correct. Like, a death is a cultural moment. It was the wholesale destruction of Australian culture. Australian Idol. Guy Sebastian, fucking Shannon Noll. But before that, Actually, Silverchair was kind of the beginning of the end, because Silverchair were put together to try and capitalize on the Nirvana thing. Like Australia, when Australian music first hit, it was copying. So it was like Johnny O'Keefe copying Elvis, copying the Beatles, like that. But then in the 60s, we started to get these amazing songwriters coming through doing weird shit. In the 70s, pub rock hit, and all of a sudden we had a sound, and like no one plays a guitar like an Australian, especially not from that era. In the 80s, that, you know, other stuff came through that I like a little bit less, but at least the Hoodoo Gurus and In Excess like still sounded Australian. We had this really strong identity and musical sound, and I just haven't heard it for fucking ages. Actually, the Southern River Band are probably the closest thing to it. Southern River Band are like an Australian rock band that aren't trying to pander to the AC/DC fans. Sorry, Airborne, but we all know what you're doing. Like, is that news to? Am I the first to fucking say that? Or, and God forbid, Amel and the Sniffers fucking hang around long enough to be as old as Angus. Can you imagine them playing that fucking music in their 50s and 60s? Christ on the cross. Please, God, no. Have mercy. But, you know, they're the darlings of the industry at the moment, so they're getting chaperoned around into people's lives constantly. I'm constantly having to hear about them, seeing her up on stage, fucking in that voice, in that Bridgewater. Like, I grew up in Bridgewater, right? And on the back of the bus, I used to hear that voice all the time. Like, I used that voice. Except now it's up on stage in front of thousands of people trying to make nuanced points about geographical politics. I'm like, what's going on? Wouldn't you just, in your fucking previous song, going, and now you're trying to make these points, and like trying to make us think? What the fuck? I'm fine with it. Like, more power to you, Amel. I'm just confused. That's all. It's just very confusing for me. Schlager. It's hard rock. It's fun. The basic rule of the album was, if it's fun, I'm doing it. And it, you know, didn't turn out like anything else I've ever done. If it was fun, if it didn't matter how dumb it was. It's actually the dumbest thing I could think of, and people are going to love it. That's the irony of it. Tried to make art for all these years, and now I'm making the dumbest fucking thing possible. I'm having a lot of fun. I think people are really going to like it. And on the other end of the scale, the other studio thing I'm working on is a full-blown return to my romantic metal roots, and it's called The Winter Elegies, and it's I'm pretty excited about it, because it's kind of I'm leaning into like metal cliches. There's blast beats on it. There's you know, triplets, like just all the things I love about metal. And you start incorporating what I know now about songwriting and crafting a song, but also like I'm, you know, doing this party Schlager album. I've learned how to use the synths a little bit better, and I'm kind of using them to make really pretty sounds over like quite aggressive guitar riffs. And yeah, I really like it. But what's most intriguing for me is I started writing these like short stories. So obviously Deity's got this lore thing. It started off with the Zelda thing, and in Terrible Fate I started to wander into my own universe, but I wasn't quite good enough yet to... I really didn't get across in A Terrible Fate what I was trying to get across in the sense of what is happening across the album. I tried to do it musically, and then I just like... when I listen to it now, there's just like massive gaps, and I was like, there should have been a monologue there. And I knew it at the time, but I wasn't brave enough to do it because I hadn't really heard it done. And I've since heard it done very, very well. I was like, damn it, John. Like, you had a good idea, you wanted to do it, and you didn't fucking do it. Don't ever do that again. So yeah, The Winter Elegies is going to be this like... It's definitely... the material's closer to the trials than it is like Power, Wisdom, Courage. It's like songs. 5-minute songs as opposed to like long, epic things. But in between, there's like this story that's going on that I'm just writing in these like short scenes. And it doesn't quite make sense yet, so but I'm enjoying the process of it. It's being revealed to me. That's what's happening. That's what feels like it's happening. So yeah, big changes from me last year. A Black Sabbath cover coming out in a couple of months. Working on putting a live band together. Working on a party album for the summer. Working on a romantic metal album for the winter. Things have really settled down. I've kind of realized that wherever I am in life is where I'm supposed to be, and I'm embracing that now. So apologies for not hitting up with a Blogcast for so long. Thank you to everyone that's still in the temple. You fucking absolute diehard travelers. But yeah, let's get this thing fucking going. Hey, thanks for listening, and I'll catch you guys next month.